Hello students, let us continue with the preparation of alcohols. The next method is from carbonyl compounds. By carbonyl compounds what we mean? The compounds which contain carbon and doubly bonded oxygen, like this C double bond O. This group is called carbonyl group. Now if you have a H here, we call it aldehyde. If you have alkyl group in both the carbons, both the hands of carbon, then we call it ketone. And if you have one OH here, then we call it carboxylic acid. But when we talk about carbonyl compounds, we usually don't consider carboxylic acids. We consider aldehydes and ketones only. So there are two methods by which it can be converted to alcohol. The first method is reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Here the commonly used reducing agents are hydrogen in presence of any of the catalysts such as nickel, platinum or palladium, or you may have sodium borohydride. Now during this reaction, it is simply addition of hydrogen across the carbon-oxygen double bond. So what happens here? The number of carbons in the reactant as well as in the product remain the same. Now what you need to remember is aldehydes will give you primary alcohol and ketones will give you secondary alcohol. This method will not be able to give you tertiary alcohol. Alright, so let us look at this example. We have taken acetaldehyde CH3CHO, the way we have written you can see, and we are adding hydrogen in presence of any of the catalyst. I have chosen here nickel. You can take platinum or palladium also. Now across this double bond C double bond O, when we add hydrogen, the pi bond of C double bond O breaks and the bond between hydrogen and hydrogen also breaks. So this C takes up this H and this O takes up this H and the double bond changes to single bond. So what happens here? We have this CH3 written here, then this C already has a H, it gets one more H, so it becomes CH2 and this O becomes OH. So that's how the aldehyde gets converted to a primary alcohol. Now remember here the number of carbons remain same. So whenever you have to convert aldehyde or ketones to alcohol having same number of carbon, you have to go for this method. Now if you have a ketone, as you can see here, we have both alkyl groups attached to the carbonyl group. Now if you use, I have chosen a different reducing agent here, sodium borohydride. Ultimately it is same as addition of hydrogen, but here you get a secondary alcohol. Here you get a primary alcohol, here you get a secondary alcohol retaining the same number of carbon. Now carboxylic acid also can give you primary alcohol by using a reducing agent lithium aluminium hydride followed by hydrolysis. But lithium aluminium hydride is a very expensive reagent. So this method is avoided unless it is really needed. Okay. There are alternative methods by which carboxylic acid can be converted to alcohol. But remember, carboxylic acid give you primary alcohol only. Alternatively, what we can do is you can convert the carboxylic acid to ester by treating with alcohol. You can see here the general formula of carboxylic acid I have written is RCOOH and that of alcohol I have written as R-OH. The R and R- group may be same or they may be different. Now what happens here, a molecule of water is lost from, OH group is lost from acid and H is lost from alcohol, and what we get is ester. What we get is an ester, RCOOR-. Now this ester, when you do catalytic hydrogenation, then it gives you primary alcohol easily and your R-OH is set free. It acts as a catalyst here. So this way also you can convert carboxylic acid to alcohol. The next method is by using Grignard reagent. Now, whenever you use Grignard reagent, you know it will always help you to increase the number of carbon in the chain, and that's why it is always a step up reaction. Now here this is very important for you to remember. If your carbonyl compound is methanal, that is aldehyde containing one carbon, then you exclusively get primary alcohol. If you take any other aldehyde, then the product is a secondary alcohol. And if you take a ketone, you get a tertiary alcohol. And you may note that this is the only method so far we have learned by which you can prepare a tertiary alcohol. So far whatever methods we have discussed, they can give you a only primary or secondary alcohol, not tertiary alcohol. Now what is the mechanism? See, I have taken here methanal, HCHO, and the Grignard reagent we have written is RMgX. And you know, in RMgX, magnesium being most electropositive is holding partial positive charges delta plus plus, and with respect to magnesium the alkyl group is partially negative and the halogen is also partially negative. Now you know any Grignard reagent reaction demands a dry ether solvent. So DE we have written, which means dry ether. During exam please write dry ether in full. DE is not an accepted abbreviation. So the alkyl group which carry negative charge attacks the carbon because carbonyl carbon, you know, since the carbon is attached to oxygen, this carbon is partially positive and the oxygen is partially negative. So any nucleophile out here, as I have written R minus, will attack the positively charged carbon and immediately the CO bond will break. The pi bond of carbon and oxygen will break and the O will go and get attached to magnesium. So what happens here? So you can see here this is arrow 1, alkyl group attacking carbon, arrow 2, the CO bond breaking, O becoming negatively charged and attacking the positively charged magnesium, that is arrow 3. So during the course what we are getting here, this alkyl group should be written first, written here R, this C attached to 2 hydrogens, so CH2, the CO bond, double bond has become single, then O is attached to MgX. I hope this part is clear. Please make sure the alkyl group of the Grignard reagent should be written first. And then this addition product which we got is hydrolyzed. When you hydrolyze, take care, the water should be written as HOH and the H should be placed just below oxygen and OH should be towards MgX. Then when you break, you get the product. You see here RCH2OH, RCH2OH, and you get the other side MgOHX. So that's how you get a primary alcohol from an aldehyde. And you see in the aldehyde we had one carbon, and here we have definitely more than one carbon depending on the number of R carbons attached to R group. If R is CH3, then the product will be CH3CH2OH. If R is ethyl group, then the product will be CH3CH2CH2OH. So as many number of carbons you want, you can increase here, and every time you will be ending up with a primary alcohol if your aldehyde is methanal. Let us take another example where the aldehyde is not methanal but something else. So here we have taken ethanol, and the Grignard reagent chosen here is methyl magnesium bromide. So as you know, methyl group will be partially negative, magnesium will be partially positive, and bromide will be partially negative. So the same sequence of arrows, arrow 1, arrow 2 and arrow 3. So we begin with this CH3 to write the product. So CH3 here, then this C, then C, this C is attached to this CH3 written here, and the CC bond is so you after hydrolysis you get the secondary alcohol. As long as one hydrogen is attached here, you will be getting either primary or secondary alcohol. And as in ketone, there is no hydrogen here. If you do the same method, you will be landing up with a tertiary alcohol. So please remember, if you want to prepare a tertiary alcohol using an aldehyde, using a carbonyl group, you have to take a ketone and you have to choose a appropriate Grignard reagent. If you want to prepare a secondary alcohol, you have to take an aldehyde and an appropriate Grignard reagent. You can increase any number of carbon in the product depending on the Grignard reagent chosen. Suppose here I have taken 2 carbon, and in the product if I want 5, then in the Grignard reagent we must take 3. There are a lot of questions in the textbook based on this. You can try these. Example 11.2 page in my textbook 323, in text questions and exercise questions. Please try. This is very important method. Thank you.